Hello and welcome to Last Level Gamescast. My name's Jason. With me today and every day is Phil. Say hi, Phil.
Hi.
And also with me today and every day is Var. Say hi, Var.
How's it going?
You know, you're never enthused about this.
Nothing. Zero enthusiasm.
The one day I need you to do it.
This is my enthusiasm.
Fair enough. I've known you long enough to know that is true. This is our podcast where we talk about video games, anything we see on the internet that tickles our fancy, all that good stuff. So today, how you guys been? It's been a while.
Yeah. A little bit.
Got a lot of things
Couple
going
days.
on. You know?
Yeah.
People,
Yeah. No.
Jobs and lives and all that shit. Being an adult sucks.
Yeah, no, it's
It
terrible.
really sucks.
You know what sucks the most about being an adult?
What?
Is like release day for games you want to play.
Mhm.
And you're just like, I could stay up till midnight, but I'm going to be really pissy in the morning at work.
Yeah.
Or the opposite of like, well, I'm doing a 10-hour shift tomorrow, so I guess fuck it. Like,
Yeah. It's the
yeah,
worst.
I miss that.
If I try to think like what's the like peak age for me? It's not 21 because you can do a lot and still be under 21. I think like 19. Like 19.
No.
How depressing is it that you're that young and you're
Yeah.
trying? What was the peak age for me? I think it was 10. I think it was all downhill from 10.
That's actually pretty fair.
It's true.
Once they were serious about not eating the glue, life really just lost its luster. You know, it really just came down to
What do you
don't
mean?
eat that glue.
Sounds like you had some really shitty hiding places.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Um,
So what you guys been up to? Anything you guys been playing lately? Any shows you've been watching? Anything? What's new besides Westworld? Which Phil, you need to watch Westworld.
people keep saying that.
No, like by people,
I-
it's me and Var. You need to watch Westworld.
I
These
need
are facts.
logons again.
Oh,
I got you.
I lost it again. Side note.
we don't do that.
Side note. I've been playing a lot of Battlefield,
Oh yeah, me too. We've been playing.
so that's fun.
So,
Right.
and you don't like? I mean, you tolerate shooters. Like you're
I like shooters.
yeah.
I tolerated Battlefields before because you liked them.
Oh yeah.
So I play them with you. I never really got into Battlefields, but now I'll even play when no one's on, which is weird.
I know.
That's weird.
I know. I do too.
That's different.
It's a really good
But it's
experience.
fun.
Yeah.
It's just the perfect pace.
Yeah.
Just the perfect pace.
Yeah. It's good balance.
It's not weird. You spawn, you're dead.
Yeah. Except it's like spawn, you got to run all the way over there if there's no vehicles.
That's a true story.
But that's
Or
fun.
if you get lazy and don't spawn on your squad, or if you have a really bad squad leader who doesn't open the fucking squad.
I don't know what he's talking about. It's me who does that. I'm a really bad squad leader, and it's funny because first time like Phil was getting the hang of everything, he was always squad leader because he always sent me an invite, and I'd yell at him for being such a shitty squad leader. So now he just automatically makes me it without telling me, and I'm like, "Will you pick something?" He goes, "You're a squad leader, bitch." You know? So it's good. I mean, it gives you
Fuck that guy.
notification, but I never notice. So.
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
yeah, it's got surprisingly good balance, especially like with tanks and stuff like that, because like you can really tell when the dynamic shifting if you're not
Yep.
taking care of the tanks and the artillery and stuff like that. But it's still very manageable to get through. You know, there's all different kinds of ways to destroy tanks and the planes. It's really fun.
So I think you hit the nail on the head. I think that you can also tell how good your team is if people are willing to switch to that class that can blow up the tank no problem,
Mhm. Yeah,
and then switch back.
yeah,
You can really tell, like, because there's some games where you just get decimated because everyone on your team just does whatever the fuck they want, and you're like, you did it, guys.
Yeah.
We won this war. But other times, like, you'll see people switch to like demolition grenades and just different things to take out the tanks. And honestly, if you're that class, they go down pretty easily
yeah, yeah.
if you're using the right shit. So
And I was talking to Var about it earlier, and he asked me like how the automatic weapons were in the game, and they're good, but you can play without them. Like you can use regular rifles, and
Medic.
yeah, and it's still fun. It's still enjoyable because it's not a twitch shooter. It's not like emptying your clip's gonna make you win.
Yep.
That
And
battle.
and you
That's
feel
what
the
I
power
would-
behind it.
Yeah.
Like I use a medic rifle, so it's every pull the trigger.
Yeah.
And if I'm going against someone who's an automatic shooter, if I land my shots, I have a chance of actually beating them just because I do that much more damage with the weapon. They did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
They really did.
And the
Phenomenal job.
explosions, the
The
destruction.
sandstorm.
Yeah,
What's that other thing?
there's this thing called the fog of war that a friend of ours came up with. Not
Came
Phil.
up with it.
Wasn't Phil. Phil wished.
Came up with.
But yeah, like they have all different kinds of environment changes, but like it's just the sounds. You know, you can tell that they took a lot of what they learned from Star Wars Battlefront, because it still feels a little bit like Battlefront. It feels like a really hybrid version of Battlefield 4 and Battlefront, which isn't. It works. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
It works. You know,
Yep.
they've simplified like all the flight controls. It's pretty easy to fly. It's still like hard to stay in the air, but
Not easy to fly. I don't do that.
yeah, yeah. And I just
Hard to stay in the air, but easy to fly.
That goes on the back of the box.
it works. Yeah, I mean,
Truth.
And then I just started like 5 days ago. I started Uncharted 4, and that game is beautiful. What? I've had
Where
it.
have you
I've
been?
had it for like 2 weeks. I wasn't in a rush to get it because school and stuff like that, and I would just distract myself. And now I'm like past midterms, and I know where I stand, so it's like fuck it. I might as well play games. No, but yeah, Uncharted. I just started. I'm about like 5 hours in. That game is really, really pretty, really, really pretty, and it's so far it's like every other Uncharted is going. You know, and I enjoy that. I enjoy those games a lot. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun for me.
Yeah. So one other thing.
Yeah.
I got.
Oh, he got it. Yeah.
So I was able to pick one up. Stupid excited. I actually walked into a GameStop at like 10:35, right? And at 10:05, he gave another customer a half an hour to get down there, and the person didn't show.
Oh,
So I walked in and got it. Everybody else had to like line up. He turned a ton of people away, and I just got that lucky. Side note, I went with my buddy Dan. He did not get one.
Did you guys have a? I haven't heard from Dan in a while. He hasn't been on Xbox. Did you kill him?
He's dead. Yeah, no, he's dead. That's not a good
Was
question.
it a battle, fight to the death?
It was worth it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Have you? So there's 30 games, right, on it?
Oh, look at that.
Are all
Like,
the games are just on one card, or is it just built into the system?
this is my phone.
It's day 50.
Like,
You have 2 text messages.
that's fine. They're all built in. Everything's built in.
Yeah.
The flap doesn't open. That was depressing. This doesn't. I wanted that to open.
Yeah.
It's just got HDMI, and it's actually micro USB charged.
Nice.
So what's cool about this is when I get my TV in, I'll actually be able to plug it into the USB port on my TV, and that'll supply enough power for it instead of like into the wall or something.
Look at that. It's just built for convenience.
Minus the extremely short cord.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody's gonna get an adapter made for that.
But that's just more money. It's like $10 for a 10-foot adapter, or like you could buy wireless controllers for it.
Yeah.
But
Well, speaking of Nintendo,
yeah,
a lot of news has come out about the Switch, as it's called.
yeah, the Nintendo Switch. And honestly, look, I know what I think about it, right? Because I love Nintendo.
Yeah.
I wanted to know what someone who hates Nintendo thinks about it.
Var,
So
that's
Var.
your cue.
With your overall love for Nintendo, what was your first impressions of the Switch?
Inverse of love.
well, I'll let you know when I'm impressed.
Okay.
Now, have you seen like the announcement trailer and everything? How portable it is and everything.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So, what would it have to do for you to like it?
It
Not being Nintendo's not an answer.
Yeah.
it's not.
It's not.
It's just I don't know. If that's not an answer,
That's not an answer.
So you just completely shut off of Nintendo for the rest of your life?
if Nintendo had a built-in time machine and brought me back to Game Boy Color, then yeah, it'd be wonderful. But as it is now in present day, real life, it just doesn't do it for me.
Fair enough.
So doing something like that, Skyrim, or like a different game, and being able to play the same game on the go, at home, like that doesn't appeal.
I think there was a time where that would have been so interesting to me.
Yeah.
But it feels like that fate is past. Like Sony has tried that so many times, and it's just like, to me, it's proved itself evident.
Yeah.
That's not really what I want. Like, you tried to make me think that's what I want.
Yeah.
That I've always wanted to go on, to be on the go with these games, but that's not even how these games are really designed.
Well, I think that'll be interesting. They'll have to. That's one of their challenges, right? Is to figure out how to make it work on both.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I think I'm like kind of like VAR. I'm in between, obviously, between the two, because I think either way I'm gonna get it, just because I think it's very interesting. They just did the price. I think the price is supposed to be $250.
It leaked
Right.
that there might be a $200 version, and then the like higher gigabytes for $250. But it's a rumor right
That's a memory. Like, I mean, just
Yeah.
like memory
Yep,
storage.
memory.
Storage. Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't. It's just interesting how I want to know how they're gonna fit the size of those games into those cards like that. And it's gonna be interesting to see how they format that stuff, because to your point, like, I love that it's portable, and I think there are certain games that I wish were portable. From PlayStation. I think, to Var's point, like, PlayStation tried it, but their biggest issue is that, like, latency wasn't always an issue. Like, you couldn't do it with a lot of games, and then the games
streaming.
Streaming didn't work, and then, like, you could do, like, second screen, where that kind of stuff only works in your house, right? And then they had like games like Rogue Legacy that were cross-platform, which that works because you can just do the save file and stuff like that. But this is like, imagine you can take, obviously they can't do Uncharted, but just a game, any game that you can think of, and it is like, oh, I got to go somewhere. I don't know how long I'm going to be waiting, so I might as well just bring this with me. You know what I mean? Because it's a fucking tablet. That's crazy. The other stuff, like playing in the car, that's dangerous, first off. No, but I don't know how I feel about the controllers, because they look so small. I'm like, I'm gonna lose the shit out of one of those. Yeah, like, there's one drunk night and it's missing.
Oh yeah.
I want to see the actual scale size and how everything looks, because for all I know, all those people in the videos have tiny hands.
It's true, and they do that shit too. Isn't that crazy? Like, they cast people, but anyway.
Or really big hands. They're like, wow, it looks normal. You're just like, guys, this is my Switch.
Like it's an iPad Pro, just fucking 12.5-inch screen.
Exactly. Still, it's fun. It's fun news. It's something like, the rumors are kind of finally like dead about those weird controllers, and like you see it physically there, and I'm excited for that. And I still might buy a Wii U. I was telling, me and Phil were talking about it, because my wife wants more Wii games, but there's like no Wii games that she wants. She wants Wii U games. Every Wii U game she sees, I'm like, you can't use that. That's for the Wii U. And she's like, fuck you. So I'm probably just going to buy her a Wii U, because I was hoping it'd be some sort of, backwards compatibility, but clearly it's not, because it's going to have the little cartridges. So, and they're back to cartridges.
I love that idea. Yeah. I've wanted cartridges forever.
You love cartridges.
Simply because of load times, right?
Yeah.
So load times are strictly a CD problem. That's what they are. They are not a flash memory problem. The cartridges solve all load times. Yeah. The thing I'm most excited about, two things, and I'll try to go as quick as possible, that I don't think other people are talking about, because I've listened to a ton of people, is one. So the architecture is based off the new Pascal video cards for NVIDIA, right?
Talking about the 1080 ones?
Well, yeah, the 1000 series, the G1000 series, right? So the idea behind it, and me and Jay talked about this a little bit, was that those cards are able to throttle themselves. So if you put let's just say a 1080 card in a laptop, you can actually regulate how much power it uses, and then that will regulate the graphics it can do, right? So what excites me is if they're able to regulate when you have it taken out, and the screen they're saying is 720p. So you have the screen out, and they're able to throttle it down. You get your battery life. It still looks good because it's only 720. It's only a tiny screen. And then when you plug it back in, it can throttle up because it has those little fan vents on the top, and it can push out your 1080 to your regular screen.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I'm really excited about and hope that is an actual thing that happens. And that's what it is. It's hope. It's me trying to use my knowledge of NVIDIA to kind of see where this goes.
Yeah.
Especially because I have a Shield tablet and I fucking love that thing.
Yeah.
And that's actually $200 already. And that's with the old processor. And they're using the new one in the Switch. The second thing is I actually think PlayStation and Microsoft made it easier for the Switch. And what I mean by that is, so for PlayStation 4, you now need 2 SKUs, right? You need a PlayStation 4 and you need a PlayStation Pro. For Xbox, you need an Xbox One, right? Xbox One S does things slightly better, the HDR. It can up-res the 4K. Okay, so that's a version. And then they're going to come out with Project Scorpio. That's a version, right? So there's going to be 5 console versions, right? And then if someone wants to make a Switch, it makes it 6. But the problem has always been with Nintendo, they're lower graphics, so it's harder to port games to it, right? But if they already have to make their games on a slider, then they can just make them go lower. So they're already making games that have to have a bunch of different benchmarks and slide up and down on a fucking ruler. So now the ruler just goes lower. Or it goes to a regular Xbox One, which, again, the rumors are putting this console at. And, like, we're there, you know?
No.
So I actually think they did Nintendo a favor. Unknowingly.
That's a good
but
point.
They did Nintendo a favor.
I didn't think of that. That's good. You know, I wonder what the other thing that you made me think of, because when you were talking about that, it just, like, rings in my ear, like heat dissipation and battery life. So those are going to be 2 interesting things to see. You know how that works, because on the dock it's going to charge essentially, right? So you take it off, how long is the battery going to last? And I'm hoping, you know, it's not going to be
What would you want?
I don't know. I think it'd be depending on how all that works, you know. I don't know, I'd be okay with, like, I don't know, 3 hours, 2.5 hours, I think, you know. I think that'd be fine, because, you know, me thinking of, like, how I travel and stuff like that, you know, around, like, between work and, you know, when I go to school and stuff like that, like, I think 3 hours is enough, because they might even give you, like, have, like, charging
paraphernalia.
Yeah, exactly. So you have you know, an adapter to charge a wall charger for it too, because that'd be the same way I use my laptop, you know, when I'm, like, at a library or Starbucks or something like that. It's not a big deal. So but I would say 2 hours, 2.5, you know. I don't think it should be under that. Because I think they should be able to do it, you know, based on, like, the hardware that we have and stuff like that. I just wonder how all that's going to work.
So again, it's not the same thing, I get that, but my Shield tablet, which uses the K1, this is the K2 processor in the Switch. That gets, of, like, video playback, probably 4 or 5 hours. And I honestly think it's going to be the same size. It's a 7-inch tablet.
If it was a game, it put more stress,
and a game would reduce it a little, right? So it'd probably go down to that 3 hour, 3.5 hour.
That'd be fine.
Yeah, but for me, that's good. What do you think, Var?
That's realistic. What do you think, Var?
I think the fundamental problem with battery life is that we can easily sit here and discuss 3 hours sounds good, so on and so forth. But the problem with anything portable is that it's I can't think of a better way to put it than the intent to indulge. You get used to not being there. You get used to it being portable, and the second it feels like it's a burden because it doesn't have the battery life in whatever situation you come to, it becomes annoying. And that's not me trying to knock it, but that's, like, I have that feeling about anything fundamentally powerful that's portable.
I think
like
the
an early
are
phone.
hard to balance.
I think the benefit, though, to this situation is that if it's not portable, then it's a console. You know what I mean? Like, that's the trade-off for it. Which is fine, right? Like when you think about it, because if you're not gonna bring it around, it's not like you're not gonna use it. It's not like a Vita where it's like Vita's one purpose is to be portable. You know what I mean? Yeah, I see what you're saying though. Yeah, it's exciting though.
I'm stupid excited.
You know,
I am so.
Tell me, Phil, are you excited?
Got a little kickstand. Do you see the little kickstand?
Yeah, I knew you were gonna get a kick out of that. I think
I'm so
Phil's
excited.
controllers really throw me for a loop. I don't know how to feel about them, but
The small ones.
yeah, because like I said,
I'm cool with the other ones.
yeah. You're talking about the ones that actually, the actual controller that you use at the house.
Yeah,
I'm perfectly fine with that. Except I gotta get used to the letters. It's like A, B, X, Y. I think
everyone's different. Everyone has a different spot for X.
Yeah.
How awesome was it in the video when they're like playing real basketball and then crowded around two of them with that tiny ass controller playing basketball?
Yeah, that wouldn't really happen on a court.
And you're just like,
from experience, that would happen.
just go play.
Somebody would throw the ball at them. Get off the court.
Their name would be.
Yeah. So.
Because you hate Nintendo.
Yeah, let's say that's why. I just don't peg people all the time.
That's just what I do.
Var, you got any?
It'd be childish.
Var, you got any news you want to talk about?
I don't want to sound like a downer, but I saw something. I know, right? Surprise.
Okay, Ehor.
And this is going in completely with the hope that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of the Ghost in the Shell trailer?
Oh, I don't know.
I liked it.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I'm not. I'm gonna just get this out of the way. I'm not. I've never really watched Ghost in the Shell, so I'm completely outside of it. But having said that, you can tell that these movies are designed to get more people besides the anime lovers of Ghost in the Shell. Having said that, I was like, I don't know. I really don't know if I want to go see that. You know, I want to see more, and I'll give it a chance out of love for you guys. But I was like, this looks shitty.
So
that's just me.
It looks like this is gonna sound dumb, but I think it has the same problems that any anime come to life has. Mm-hmm. In the point of anime is such exaggeration that anytime you put a human in it, that's just gone. You can't. Like, it's just not possible. But I don't think it looked bad for like live action. I really don't. Her suit kind of bothered me.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Because, all right, here's a problem I have with, because I am a fan of
I thought she was naked. I thought she was naked. And I was like, where was the over 18 click before I played this video?
Right, man?
They're mixing the two.
Okay.
I think they're taking the 1995 movie with the first season plot.
Okay.
And that makes no sense.
Can you tell us what the 1995 movie, like what you mean by that?
The 1995 movie was an introduction to the genre. It laid the ground for the whole human being can be cyberized, put them in combat, see that it was what anime does.
Okay.
Anime's main thing before you get into story is to show you why we couldn't make this live action, to show you all the ridiculousness and get you hooked.
Yeah.
And it's to blow your mind and then give you a story to keep coming back to.
Yeah.
The movie was mind-blowing. That's all it was.
Now, but the plot of the first, because I don't understand the plot either, because it just kind of looked like she was like one of the first or something.
But that wasn't.
And like, it's like, okay, we got to put you out there.
All right.
And everybody's like, what the fuck is she doing?
Here's the problem. They're going with the story from the first season.
Yeah.
But they're mixing too much. Even in the trailer, you could see the people around her, like her team, have enhancements.
Yep.
So their show put it out there. Everyone's cyberized.
Yep.
Everyone. And the weird thing they're doing with geishas, the geishas didn't look like robots. The geishas look like people. It was supposed to be a shock value thing. In the very first episode of the show, when they blow the brains out of a geisha, and you realize it's not human.
Okay.
You're clearly not gonna have that.
Yeah.
Nope.
The thing, it was supposed to push that boundary of, how far has technology come? What kind of world are they in? Like, these people look like people, but they're machines, or have the brain of a human being in a machine.
Yeah.
And that's not what they're going with in the movie.
No.
Okay.
And I think more towards like the plot. It's Section 9.
Yeah, their security.
Section 9.
Yeah.
But the underlying plot for the entire series is, are they good or not? Right? So it's like, well, because you get to the part where like part of them are bad, and then they do some missions that are like, should they have done it? Is that really like
they push the envelope.
Right.
Yeah.
So you get into that weird territory, and that almost seemed like more where they were taking the movie, because by the end of the trailer, they're like, they had that scene come in and like, do you know who you work for? And like that like undertone to it. It seemed like they were going that way with it. Like, are you good? Are you evil? And that kind of thing. But
well, there is that, and this comes with a lot of anime that has to do with anything paramilitary.
Yeah.
There is that question of, can the government be trusted? Can the military be trusted? What secrets are being held from you?
Yeah.
And all that. And that genre in and of itself, that cyberpunk, we can do anything with machines genre, is going to be the perfect place to explore that. The problem I have is, I love the Laughing Man story.
Okay.
I love the Laughing Man story because of the elements that it brought to such a mind-blowing world. Because essentially it's a person who does something in retaliation for being screwed over by pharmaceutical companies.
Yep.
And he's perceived to be a terrorist, and because he wants none of the credit, everyone starts doing stuff in his name.
Yeah.
And it's that idea of, what do your actions become? What is terrorism? How do you perceive these icons or iconic moments? I like that more than, let's just have Scarlett Johansson as eye candy, which is all I saw.
Well, I think that's going to be to sell the movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will say this, though. Have you seen the Full Metal Alchemist trailer?
Yes, I did.
That makes this trailer look like the best thing ever for anime, because that Full Metal Alchemist trailer is terrible.
You talking about the teaser one? That's like,
yes,
that is terrible. Now
that is fucking terrible.
Out of the three, like Full Metal Alchemist, Ghost in the Shell, and Attack on Titan, I'm way more excited to see Attack on Titan. And again, I haven't watched Attack on Titan, but that trailer looked badass to me, and I'm like, are those zombie giants? I don't know if you've seen it yet. I was more interested in that one than the other two. I was like, that looks crazy. Crazy over the top.
So I loved Full Metal more than Ghost in a Shell, because I loved Full Metal because every now and then you'll be like, why are there feelings in this? This is fucking bullshit in Full Metal. Don't.
No. Because I've
no.
Jay
then
hadn't seen them.
They did the opposite of it, right? And they what's it called? I don't know. They whitewashed Full Metal, but not white. They Japanese washed it. Is that a thing?
We're perceiving that these people are white. Like, it's the same thing we came to with Scarlett Johansson.
No, Full Metal, they're European. In Full Metal Alchemist.
You're right.
They're European.
You're right.
And it's all Japanese cast.
Yeah.
And like,
I forgot the whole World War II thing going.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like an alternate history type.
Yes.
But it was just funny to me after all the backlash and after everything that happened. There's this Full Metal Alchemist trailer that goes out. It's just all Japanese people, and they all look like, even the main character of Full Metal, like, he's this like goofball, like he's kind of your down to earth ditzy younger brother, and in this other, he's like just strong jawed, like just more. I don't know. It was just funny.
Yeah. It's
Either
Dragon
way,
Ball.
I'm happy it's all
Dragon Ball.
happening.
Yeah.
It was Dragon Ball. It was very Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
I didn't bother. That was the other thing I was gonna bring up. Like, you'd think they'd learn from like live actions like Dragon Ball.
That's
More
what
combat.
terrifies me about this.
Yeah.
That's what, like, because there are, you have that experience that you like a certain medium and it means something to you.
Yeah.
And then you hear we're making it into a movie or we're making it into a game or whatever have you, and it's just like, what are you gonna do with it?
Well, it could become the game of the year.
Game of the year. Well, let's talk about game of the year. Thanks, Phil. Awesome segue.
Segue.
All right, so
Don't say it.
I know you guys. I mentioned before we started, but the Game Awards 2016 nominees came up, and now this is one like opinion site. You're gonna have a bunch of them. You're gonna have GameSpot's Game of the Years. You're gonna have IGN's, all those. But I thought this was a good barometer as to see like what people were thinking of, because let's face it, like the Game Awards, a lot of people, it's growing in popularity. We talked about it last year. It wasn't bad, but I wanted to share with you, a couple of the awards and the nominees for those awards, and see if you guys. I know some of these games you might not have played or played yet. But for Game of the Year, let's get that one out of the way.
Just fucking bang it out.
All right. So there's 1, 2, 3. There's five of them. So there's Doom. Okay. Inside. Overwatch. Titanfall 2. Yeah. And Uncharted 4. Those are the 5 for
Question.
Game Awards.
Side note: did you have to pay to get on this list?
Well, if you look, so Blizzard, obviously they have a lot of money. No,
yeah, right. Like
Sony has a lot of money. I don't know. So I haven't played Titanfall. I have it. I haven't played Titanfall 2 yet. I have it. Phil, you're gonna get it soon.
Tomorrow.
Okay, so we'll be playing it soon.
Comes in tomorrow.
I've heard nothing but good things about that game.
I've heard some bad.
Okay.
But that was an outlier.
So vast majority is good.
Vast majority.
I played Doom, and I thought it was awesome. It was a one and done for me, but I can see that, like, after playing it, that it's gonna be a nominee for a lot of people this year. I don't think it's the story's a little but like the gameplay, the level design.
The gameplay is what it's at. Yeah,
that's what you played Inside, right, Phil?
Like a minute. Okay. Not enough to give any sort of informed opinion on it.
Did you stop because you didn't like it, or you just haven't gotten back to it?
Just life.
Fair enough. Okay, so you might get back to it, because I saw somebody playing it, and I was intrigued by it. But is it free yet?
It's $20.
It's not. So it's not free, is what you're telling me.
Not free. Not yet. No.
Firewatch is on. It's free.
Oh, Firewatch?
Firewatch is free on PlayStation Plus right now. I found that out last night because I downloaded it.
Are you fucking with me?
I'm not fucking with you. Anyways,
I'm gonna go that.
Overwatch we've all played, and we've stopped.
Yeah.
But it's popular. Let's face it.
Yeah.
People do love Overwatch.
Yeah.
And it does well on pretty much all platforms. And then Uncharted 4, I'm playing now. Phil, you played it. You know that that is more of. I feel like it's not, and it's not that it's not a good game, but part of the reason it might be on there is because it's its last
swan song.
Uncharted. Yeah, it's a swan song for it.
Honestly, that also on that list comes off as the most traditional game of the year, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like your big
really
triple
does.
set piece, like
It has a story.
Yeah.
that piss. Battlefield.
You know what that is? That's The Martian. It's just on there because it needs to be on there from the Oscars.
I can't see Uncharted 4.
I bet you it's gonna.
I'm
win.
sorry, I can't.
I feel like
I'd say no to Inside. See, this sucks too because I don't even feel like I'm picking the best one. I feel like I'm eliminating ones that aren't the best.
So which one? You're going with Overwatch? Because you haven't played Titanfall 2, so I'm just deducing that.
I guess.
What do you think?
I think it's Overwatch.
All right, so you guys both think it's Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh no, that they vote.
Yeah, what do you think is gonna win?
Like we're saying what other people pick, what we pick. I think other people pick Uncharted 4.
I say other people pick Overwatch.
Okay, so all right, Game of Year. I'm writing this down just because it's fun. It's fun. We still have to review our predictions, by the way. That's coming up soon.
Whatever, that's fine. Whatever.
Some good ones.
Some drops coming out.
Huh?
Come on.
Persona 4 got delayed again, by the way.
You mean 5?
5. Persona 5 got delayed. Persona 4's been out.
When?
April from February.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Get
So you said Overwatch. Phil, you're going with Uncharted.
It came out.
Huh?
It already came out in Japan.
We're gonna have to wait.
Fuck America.
It's gonna be so much cooler.
Oh, it's probably because of Trump. I get it. Okay.
Oh God. All right.
No, because it's 1938 and it takes months to come around from Japan to America.
They're shipping each one.
All right. All right. So the next one. Okay. Best what?
That list sucked, though. I just want to say that.
Well, it's like I said. It's the first.
That list was bullshit.
It's the first list of many for the Game of the Years and all that. The awards of the year 2016.
But it has a less of a sequel hiccup than last year.
That's true.
Well, Titanfall 2 is a sequel. Overwatch that's its own. Doom is.
There's only 2. Yeah.
Yeah, Doom's a reimagining, I would say. Mm-hmm. Inside's its own, and Inside's obviously that one. Indie.
Yep.
But that's a big budget studio.
Indie.
Anyways, okay, so next one is best studio and game direction. Okay, recognizing a game studio for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Okay, that's the. All right, Blizzard, DICE. So Ooh. Battlefield. ID Software, which makes Doom.
Game of the Year.
Naughty Dog, because of Uncharted 4.
Bullshit.
Yep.
This is the same list again.
Respawn and Respawn for Titanfall 2.
Titanfall. Hands down, Blizzard. Then.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with DICE because I like you mentioned you wanted Battlefield on game. I really felt like that was a really that's my favorite game so far this year.
Yeah. So I would give it to Blizzard for one reason. Over DICE, because I love fucking Battlefield 1, is they just announced that they're setting up the Overwatch League.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's not going to be team name based. It's going to be location based, and they're going to get paid salaries. That to me blows my mind.
Oh, that's cool.
So
I didn't know
you could root for the team from New York, not team whoever the fuck paid this week to be their sponsor. You know. And you don't have to root for Dragon Raider 27, to actually be like, no, I like the New York Thunder or whatever. Yeah. Like, I think that's really fucking cool. And I think it also helps them go more mainstream. So if we're talking innovation, I give it to Blizzard for that.
All right. It's very good.
Is that on just curious, is that on a global scale or
US?
They said yes, because they talked about having regions.
Oh, that's bananas.
Yeah, they talked about having regions of Overwatch.
They have World Wars of Blizzard.
We need to sit the fuck away from World Wars right now.
Var, you picking any of these?
Blizzard.
Okay, you're going
yeah.
All right, cool. All right, let's see what next. Okay, best narrative.
This can't be the same list again.
Yeah.
Uncharted 4.
Impossible.
Jesus Christ.
All right, it gets different though. Uncharted 4 was at the bottom. I just did that because I saw it. Uncharted 4 was at the bottom, but the other ones are Firewatch, which we'll have to revisit, but I've heard that's good. Inside's there too. Mafia 3, which the premise alone interested me, but based on all the stuff I saw on it, the gameplay, I just knew I wasn't gonna finish that game because of the lack of playability it had. Like, it doesn't really do anything different than it's like a blander GTA, and I enjoy GTAs, but their gameplay is pretty solid, so if you're gonna get lower than that, if you're gonna lower the bar, I'm not gonna bother. But I was really intrigued by that story. And then a game called Oxenfree. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Okay. So I'm gonna go with Uncharted. Think about it, like it's best narrative. Like, and I'm telling you, I haven't even beat it yet to know that there's a theme here, Phil.
There is. Suck that Sony dick. Maybe Sony paid for it. Anyway, look, I'm gonna throw this out there.
Okay.
I'm gonna say for best narrative, Mafia 3.
Fair enough.
Because at least they had the balls to do it.
Yeah.
The gameplay sucks, but that's not what this category is.
Nope.
We're not talking about gameplay.
Story.
We're talking about narrative. And there's not a single person who has said they don't like the way the story happens and what the story is. There's not a single person that I know of.
Fair enough.
They all say, yeah, the gameplay's bullshit. And they all talk about, like, if you could get rid of a ton of side missions and just make it linear, it'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But just having the balls to do that, the balls to kind of... I think a lot of companies would have just went, no, we can't do that. That's not politically correct, or that's not, like, okay. Whereas they went and they said, hey, guess what? Things were really fucked up back then. This is what happened. And, then they have the parts of it where the cops don't show up in the poor black neighborhoods and shit ton of cops show up in the rich white neighborhoods. And depending on, like, where you commit certain crimes, it matters, and that kind of stuff. I think that's really interesting in, like, the way they portray that main character of, like, the hardships and the problems he goes back to after being a vet.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else does that. And, like, Oxenfree, that's fine, but I feel like the others are just stories told differently, and that this is a different story, is the way I would.
That was a good argument for that.
Uncharted's
I'm
gonna
finding
win.
it terrifying.
I changed my vote to Mafia 3.
They're not gonna.
I find it terrifying how much I'm agreeing with Phil on this.
That's scary. That is scary.
So we all voted Mafia
But they haven't
3.
said anything about Nintendo, so we're all good here.
Right. All right, so
They pick Mario. I was in.
I'm gonna just briefly mention. We don't have to pick one on this, but briefly mention best music and sound design: Battlefield 1, Doom, Inside, and then Res Infinite, which I've seen that game and it's like a fucking acid trip, which I guess is best sound design.
Played Res Infinite VR.
Yeah, no, right, exactly. And then Thumper.
Holy fuck, my senses.
Thumper's the 5th one, but whatever. But here's another fun one, guys.
Thumper is good.
That's another VR game, right?
Thumper is so good. That is by far my favorite VR game so far.
Oh, that's a category, and I was gonna ask for your specifics. Okay, so we're not there yet though. This one is best performance. So award to an individual for voice over acting, motion, and performance capture. You ready?
Let me
You
take
say
a wild
Uncharted,
guess.
I'm gonna cut you.
I'm not gonna say Uncharted once. Check this out.
Oh.
Shit.
Hold on. Time out. Alex Hernandez.
Podcast.
Alex Hernandez as Lincoln Clay in Mafia 3. Sissy Jones as Delilah in Firewatch. Emily Rose as Elena in Uncharted 4. Nolan North as Nathan Drake in Uncharted 4. Troy Baker as Sam Drake in Uncharted 4. And Richard Sommer as Henry in Firewatch. Now, I was really impressed by the motion capture in this game. Like, that was one thing that really, like, the micro expressions that people have in Uncharted 4 is, like, something I've never seen. Like, I was really impressed by it. But I think it's funny that 3 of them are on there.
But that's not the actor. That's just they got better tech. No, that's they got better tech to show that expression. It's not the fucking actor.
I see what you're saying. I thought you meant, like, that's not them acting. No. But fair enough.
It's just better fucking tech to show it. Fuck that. God damn it.
We won't vote on that. But where's the next one? Okay.
I want to see how much ad time Sony has on this fucking show.
We'll see.
They just drop Uncharted 4, like, definitive edition during the middle of the fucking show.
Best mobile and handheld game. We know where that's going. It's on there. Pokemon Go. It's Pokemon.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Uncharted.
Oh, how would I have done that? That would have been
I don't
awesome.
know, they do it. Man. I don't know.
That would have been awesome if I...
no, they had Uncharted Go, didn't they?
No. Maybe. That was for the PSP or something, wasn't it?
No, they had an app that was Uncharted.
Yeah,
they had an Uncharted app. I'm looking this shit up.
But Pokemon Go is probably going to win that one because it's like Pokemon Go Severed, Clash Royale, Fire Emblem Fates.
Uncharted Fortune Hunter.
Is that 2016?
PlayStation Mobile, yep.
Maybe
came out this year.
Maybe they forgot that they had that. It's going to be there in a couple.
Right in.
Swan song out the ass. Okay, Phil, we're at best VR game. All right, you ready?
I love Pokemon Go.
Don't. You ready for best VR game, Phil?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Batman VR, Valkyrie, Job Simulator, Res Infinite, and Thumper.
So this is where it gets awkward.
Because you're a Batman fan.
Well, no, because on what platform?
I don't know, honestly.
So
it doesn't specify.
I'm gonna say Thumper just because I fucking love Thumper. And full disclosure, I have PlayStation VR. I do not have Oculus. I do not have a Rift.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because Job Simulator seems dope as fuck.
Really?
PSVR
Yeah.
loses tracking on it constantly.
Oh.
So like you have to reach up or reach down or reach all the way out,
Yeah.
and it just loses you.
Nice.
And it completely ruins it. So it could be a great game, but if we're talking PSVR, I'm out.
Fair enough.
But dude, Thumper, I think that'll be my first actual purchase of a VR game. Will be Thumper.
Nice.
Because I have the demo disc, so I'm just literally going through each one. And true story, this is what happens. I'll play one, I'll like it. I'll play another, I'll like it. I'll play a third, I'll like it. I'll play the fourth demo. It'll make me feel sick. I'll take it off and stop for a while. Seriously, I'll stop for like 3 days.
Yeah.
Because you gotta like shake that feeling. It's weird.
Have you played it drunk yet?
There's no way in hell I'm putting that thing on drunk. No way in hell. So most of my nights I can't play.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Now we're getting into more specifics. Best action game. We got Battlefield 1, Doom. Our favorite, Phil, Gears of War 4. Our Overwatch and Titanfall 2. Note,
So
Uncharted's
best
not
first
here.
person shooter.
Well, Gears of War is third person. The other 4 are
right.
first persons. But yeah, it's best action game. It's funny our Uncharted isn't on this one though. I would consider. Oh wait, is there an
adventure game?
There's an yeah. We're not there yet though. But
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Battlefield. I like Gears, but you know we're kind of punishing ourselves because I said it'd be good to co-op that on hard and
Hardcore, not hard. Hardcore.
We've been playing it for like a month. we're at like chapter. Are we at chapter 5?
No, we're at chapter 4. Every time we play, there's always like a set piece that happens that just takes 90% of the night.
It's like a
just
solar flare
dying.
storm.
But in all fairness,
What?
me and Jay have discussed this. At no point do we feel cheated out of our deaths. At no point do we feel like, oh, that's bullshit how the computer is beating us.
Yeah.
We know, like, no, we need to get better, or we need to do this better, or be more tactical. We had one spot was amazing where like we're like, fuck, why don't we just put the turrets right where they go in?
Mm-hmm.
Instantly made it easier. And it was more like that kind of stuff. So I have no problem with Gears.
Fair enough. Is it your?
We're not good at it.
Yeah. Is it your best action game?
After all of that, I don't play Gears by myself, so it's got to be Battlefield 1 for me.
Exactly.
Because I'll sit down and play it by myself.
You know the deal. Bar, you want to pick one?
I'm guessing it's going to Battlefield if you're in the nomination for best game, and the rest of those aren't.
All right. All right. So next is best action adventure. How?
I don't understand. That's
Okay.
why I don't understand what's best action.
Well,
I don't even know what action means now.
Here's the list. You know, essentially, it's not first person. Dishonored 2, which, you know, I've heard it's getting mixed reviews so far. It's still good, but it's getting mixed reviews.
Up on the PC pretty hard, I heard.
Yeah.
Right off the rip.
Dishonored 2, Hitman, which I've been dying to play. I just don't know why I haven't done it yet. Hyper Light Drifter, Ratchet and Clank, and Uncharted 4.
Fuck Uncharted. I give it a Ratchet and Clank. I beat Ratchet and Clank 9 times, 10 times. I'm not even kidding.
I know where I'm
Part of it is their fault because you can't go back and select levels after you beat them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because they stayed emptied. So to do collectibles and upgrade your weapons and all that shit, you just have to keep running through.
Yeah.
But honestly, by your 5th run through, you're so fucking powerful that it doesn't matter. You're just a god. You would like that, Bar. You would
I was
like it
about
very
to say that. That sounds
Sounds
about
good.
right.
I pick Ratchet & Clank just because I love the shit out of it, and it was $40.
Nice. All right.
I think it goes to Dishonored.
Yeah?
You think so? I could do this one
I'm
next.
surprised that's not in the category for best game for Game of the Year.
Dishonored?
That's true. I don't
Yeah.
understand their whatever.
Well, like I said, it's one. You'll probably see it in another one.
Mhm.
But next one, we'll do. I think. Well, let's see. One. We'll do this one for sure, and then. There's like best esports stuff. We're not doing that.
Okay. Fuck. Overwatch next.
All right. Okay, so next we're gonna do best role playing game. RPG. We know what those are, right? All right.
Right. Prefer grenades.
Best RPG: Dark Souls 3, Deus Ex: Mankind Divided, Witcher 3. It's the Blood and Wine edition, like the expansion that came out. So it's
So
big.
wait.
It's big enough to be considered a game in of itself, which you still need the game to play it, but whatever. World of Warcraft Legion, which I'm surprised you haven't got into, Phil.
I did for a month. Let's move on.
And Xenoblade Chronicle 10. RPGs have
So
changed.
I know. Yeah, right?
RPGs have changed. I mean,
Apparently they're excluded from being Game of the Year.
Oh.
WoW and Xenoblade I get. Witcher, I would say that's an action adventure game.
Yeah.
Deus Ex,
That's an
action,
RPG. That's an RPG. You're him.
Yeah, but
But I'm also
that makes
Nathan
it first
Drake.
shooter RPG.
But you're not progressing as Nathan Drake. You're him for a story. You're not building his character.
He's emotionally progressing. He has ups and downs.
Well, you take a tissue and deal with that. We're talking about actually making somebody stronger.
So
Yeah. Okay. All right. So here's the description. Okay. The best games designed for rich player character customization and progression, both offline and online, including MMOs. So with that description, I get it, but
no, I still don't get it.
I think for the sake of argument, he doesn't get it.
This broke me. Definition of games in general broke me. The categories that stuff gets put in.
Well,
I never understand it. That's not the point. Can you read the list again? I was being dumbfounded.
Xenoblade Chronicles 10, WoW, Legion, because I have trouble saying World of Warcraft. I said that pretty well. Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, the Blood and Wine DLC,
Yep.
Deus Ex, and Dark Souls 3. I'm going with Dark Souls 3 just because that's the. Let's see, out of those games, I've only played through. I haven't even played all the way through Dark Souls 3, but it's fun. I like it. I hope it wins. I feel like Witcher's 3 is gonna win because it won like everything last year. So
They just wanted to have Witcher 3 on some list this year.
Yeah, they did.
that's gonna be Uncharted next year.
I'm gonna say, WoW Legion.
Okay. Phil. Wow. I wrote Uncharted by accident, but it's not on here for me. I wrote Dark Souls 3. Var, you want to pick?
Bar.
Deus Ex.
Oh, you dick. I always have trouble spelling Deus. All right.
You're reading it.
No, not when I'm writing. I'm not reading it. Dick.
It's okay, Bar. It's okay. It's not right in front of them. It's okay.
Best strategy game. Just for sake of shits and giggles for VAR. Civ 6, Fire Emblem Fates. Phil, you played that, right?
Yeah.
Banner Saga 2. Never heard of that.
I didn't play it.
Total War Warhammer, which is typical.
I watched a ton of that
Yeah.
be played.
Yeah. And XCOM 2. XCOM 2.
Yeah. XCOM 2.
What do you think, Phil?
I'm gonna say Total War.
Okay.
So one thing, I watched a lot of XCOM 2, which was weird. I also
did
watched a
watch
lot
it,
of
yeah.
Total War.
Yeah.
And one of the things that bothered me with XCOM 2 was the slowdown.
Like, what do you mean?
Like Endgame, it just seemed like whatever engine they used couldn't handle itself.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean by that?
What are you talking about towards the end of the game? you
Yeah.
said? Oh, yeah.
Where like you pick moves and you do this or you do that, and it seemed like the game started to chug.
Oh,
Like it wasn't optimized anymore for end game or something.
yeah. I don't
And
know.
honestly, I watched Total War and I actually almost bought it. I don't buy strategy games. I also almost bought Civ 6.
Yeah,
And then I put the funds in my wallet, in my Steam wallet.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, but there might be a sale in December. And there's all these other games on my wish list I want to buy.
You know what game's not on here that I'm surprised? I'm just surprised it's not because it's a big budget game.
Uncharted 4.
That was my second thought.
The HBO of this
Yeah.
this award show.
The other one that makes no appearance in here, and I haven't gone through all the categories, but all the ones I think it would have been on was a Watch Dogs too. You know?
It might have missed the date.
Well, I was thinking that too, but what was it? There was one game on here that I thought just came out recently. I don't know, whatever.
But they can send a early copy to people.
That's true.
Maybe they
we'll do.
chose
That
not.
didn't seem overhyped to you guys.
Well, Watch Dogs
Watch
2?
Dogs 2?
No.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
think
don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna play it because I think
Eventually.
I said way back when I played the first Watch Dogs that this is a half thought out game and the next one's gonna be way better because
Yeah.
they did the same thing to Assassin's Creed where except then
Yep.
they just like they were like, hey, we're doing well, then they just like drove it into the ground. But
Hard.
the second installment was really good for Assassin's Creed, and I think that's the same thing that's happening with Watch Dogs. I think Watch Dogs 2 is going to be, from what I've seen for it, I'm like, okay, they've done a lot more with it, and I'm ready to go back. All right, we'll do
Accept that.
two more. One is Best Multiplayer Game. Battlefield 1, Gears of War 4, Overcooked, Overwatch.
Really?
Yes,
Really?
it's on there. Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege, and Titanfall 2.
Oh, that's not fair. That's not fair. I didn't see Siege coming
I
in
know.
there.
That's why I did it.
That's not fair.
Well, I didn't do it. I just
I
recited
picked
it.
Siege.
Yeah, I enjoy Siege too.
Oh, man.
You know Overwatch is on this list, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna win. Look, I stopped picking what I thought it was gonna win and started picking my own.
Yeah.
I think Overwatch wins. I think that's true, but man, Siege.
There's prison rules here, Phil. There are no rules.
But that's a rule.
I would like to pick all 6.
Damn it! I shouldn't have made it prison rules. All right. All right. Last one. Here
Wow,
we
what
go.
do you
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Overwatch.
Oh, that's what I
Oh,
thought.
right.
I said. Yeah.
Yeah.
The last one. Here we go. This is an interesting one. Most anticipated game. So that's recognizing an upcoming game that has shown significant ambition and promise in moving the game medium forward. Must be announced and scheduled for release after December 1st. And the categories are,
Right.
and the nominees are, because we know the category. Nominees are God of War,
Mm.
Horizon Zero Dawn,
Mm.
Mass Effect Andromeda,
Ooh.
Red Dead Redemption 2,
Wow.
Uncharted 4. No, I'm kidding. And the
How did they do that?
last one is Legend of Zelda. So Phil, you got your Nintendo in there.
And this is where we will disagree.
First of all, can we just
Red Dead.
you guys know who won this last year, right?
Mass Effect,
No.
Legend of Zelda.
No Man's Sky.
Oh,
Oh,
Just throwing that out there.
It's
That
a
won this
hype
last year.
award.
So you don't want this. So I'm gonna give it to Mass Effect just to ruin Var's life. No.
why?
But I really want that to be good.
I know.
So here's the thing that is
It's
interesting.
a Zelda.
The thing that's
Red
interesting.
Dead's stupid.
Well, why do you think it's stupid? Because I think we're thinking the same thing.
Because we know nothing. It's saying like pushes the genre and does this. Red Dead, we know nothing. We zero things.
Mhm. I agree, and
So how's that even?
and we also know way more about Horizon Zero Dawn than we do any of these.
No, Zelda.
Okay, Zelda and Horizon are the 2 out of the
Zelda.
5.
Yep.
that we know way more about.
And Andromeda, we haven't even seen gameplay for.
No.
Right? It's all cinematic.
Yeah.
And then what's the other?
Although like their
of
cinematics
War.
is in game, so
God of War showed some gameplay,
that's true.
but not near. There were demos for Horizon and Zelda.
Yeah.
I pick Zelda.
They should have just said like most hype. You know,
Yeah,
with
it's
the
a
most
hype.
Yeah. They
I
shouldn't
say
have
Zelda.
labeled it most hype, but they
Right.
in most anticipated should have said like most hype. You know. But
Zelda because
Zelda.
it'll be the first open world, go where you want kind of Zelda to do that.
That game is gonna strangle people for hours.
Yeah. And then I can take it on the go.
It's true. VAR, did you know what they did on EA Access for Xbox? They put all 3
did.
Mass Effects on there.
Yep.
I downloaded one. I started playing.
Yep.
Well, that'd be the best case scenario because I don't think there's a controller port for it still for the first
Nope.
one on PC.
Wow.
Yeah.
Somebody had to
There
build a program for that.
It's a mod.
Okay.
See,
Because I tried to get the mod to work and it was fucking weird and it wouldn't work right.
So the mod doesn't work?
It does, but you just have to be smart, and I'm not.
Don't sell yourself short. Dumb. All right, I'm going to pick... I got to go with Uncharted 4. No, I'm going to go back.
DLC skin pack.
Yeah. Tomb Raider
Everyone
edition.
gets a hat. Tomb Raider.
That's all I'm thinking about playing. I'm like, okay, but it's fine.
Uncharted 4, Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah. All right, so best act. We went through a lot. We'll see what happens. How right we are. How wrong. There's also trending gamer.
Wait, what are you picking?
Mass Effect.
You didn't say it.
I thought that was implied by Uncharted 4.
What about Bar? I'm assuming Mass Effect.
Yeah, he said Mass Effect, didn't you?
Yeah.
I wrote Mass Effect.
Wait, there was something else.
Horizon,
else.
God of War.
Yeah,
That's what happened. You said God of War, and I was just like, that was gorgeous.
mm-hmm.
It was.
You know what else is gorgeous? Mass Effect.
But I go God of War.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, I thought about it, and we just saw nothing of that. And
I wrote this in pen, you asshole.
I would
live my
like
life
to change
in
my game of the
pencil.
year.
All right, cool. So, the Game Awards. Obviously, it's the one on Spike TV.
Yep. When is it?
That's what I'm looking now. Winners will be revealed live. This is a plug, but
Yeah, no shit.
Thursday, December 1st. So, check it out, and we'll see how right and wrong we are.
I'm like 90% sure I'll be working.
It's pretty soon.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
close,
real
you
soon.
know, but, yeah. And so, with that, we'll wrap up. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Last Level Gamescast. Let us know what your game of the year is. What your most anticipated game of 2017 is. Did you like Uncharted as much as the Game Awards? You know, and also what you think of live action anime. Should they stop? Will they stop? You know they won't. Anything else under the sun. Until next time, see ya.
Bye forever.